welcome. It's Christmas, that's why I have my beautiful Christmas tree. 5 reasons why most people leave Korea and that no one tells you about. Or they love them and they stay. Okay, the first one is that everything is super fast paced in Korea. Everything goes super fast, like delivery, working, everything is like made to be really fast going. Everybody wants to get things done fast. That's just how it is. It's like a vibe, especially in Seoul. If you're a person that likes like slow pace sometimes and like getting a lot of rest, Seoul might be not the best option for you. The Bali culture is definitely like the fast culture, something that comes from the old generation, and that's why everything grew so fast in Korea, so you cannot escape it. It's not an option. Second one is that Koreans always think of a we. Like there are so many situations, even in the Korean language, where you use uri, like we, instead of I or you. It's like you never use you that often in the Korean language, like not that much. It's often considered to be like rude. So doing your own thing all alone and only thinking about yourself is not a thing that you can do in Korea. It's changing these days because there's a lot of foreign culture coming to Korea, but I like that about Korea, but some just cannot handle it. In Korea, it's more based on like we think as a we think as one unit. And that's really different from other cultures. So that's sometimes for people not the most comfortable one, so they tend to don't want to stay. The third one is one that I was really confused at the start about, because I'm from Germany, and we're in Germany, we are really open and like sometimes too harsh with our words. Like we really speak out the truth really fast. But in Korea, it's completely the opposite. Like it's considered being really rude. Like I have to be careful in some situations because I can be really rude in Korean culture. Because it's a thing that in Korea you take yourself back and not really show all your emotions and mostly never say something that can offend the other person, like super sensitive. And then Koreans also expect you to think like that, right? So sometimes it's really hard because I'm not sure, like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know where it like goes. Like, tell me what's going on. So that can be tiring sometimes. And also that can lead to situations where you are the bad or like rude person. So that's not a good feeling. That's why a lot of people want to leave too. The fourth thing is a lot of foreigners struggle with the way of living. I heard a lot of stories about like bad apartments and like animals that shouldn't be there, like insects that shouldn't be there, like a lot of stuff going on in these houses because most of them are old and not built to stay there for multiple hundred years because Korea grew really fast, right? So also everything else was built like super fast. The rent prices in Korea are crazy. They really are crazy. For example, in Seoul, it's like of course like the worst, but even if you go around Seoul, like Incheon, you're still gonna pay a lot. You're still gonna pay a lot. Most foreigners struggle with the deposit because we're just not used to it, and a lot of foreigners tend to get an apartment with a low deposit, and later on they find out, oh my god, the house, the apartment, the room is so bad, like the quality of everything. And that's because the deposit is so low. So a lot of people leave because they don't have the money. They cannot save the money for the deposit. You have to have the money. Like everything is possible and so, but if you don't have the money, like for the deposit, for example, it's gonna be really hard. And the fifth reason people don't want to live in Korea anymore is because of the visa struggle. I have already made a video about visa and like how difficult it can be if you don't have a bachelor. Like it's, for example, if you don't have a bachelor, you will never be able to get that working visa. You will not get it. You have to get another visa in order to stay in Korea for a long time. Korea wants people that are already professionals. And if you cannot prove that you have the skills and the money to stay in Korea and the language skills later on, they don't want you. They don't want you now, and they are really, really hard with their rules. Because they know how hard it is for Koreans to get a proper job. So, of course, they want the same for foreigners. They want them to work hard and show everything. And if you cannot adjust to their culture, then you cannot stay there, because Korea is gonna kick you out because of the visa, like sooner or later, because that's what the visa like requirements are based on. They're based on your skills, they're based on your education, if you studied in Korea or not. That's like a big plus point. The longer you stay in Korea with other visas, everything gets added to that point system. So the visa is the most reason why people don't want to stay in Korea, because it's so hard. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you have other reasons that you want to share, then just share it in the comments with me. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, to don't miss another video.